everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is JoJo Palacio and I am so glad that you guys are here today. It's a little bit different of an intro, I've got a lot going on here, but as you read in the description box and for the title, we are doing a glam mask tutorial. The new normal is that we are wearing masks at work, out in the grocery store, out and about every single day, and I myself, when I'm at the hospital, wear a mask 12 hours a day. 12 hours a day. So I've stopped doing my makeup at work at the hospital, but I'm back at Sephora. We're opening our doors, we're doing our makeup, we're talking makeup, interacting with you guys again. So I figured this is the first time that I'm gonna actually glam up and wear a mask. So I figured I'd film it and share the tips and tricks and how I do it with you guys. I hope that you guys like it. If you are finding that you are having to do this, comment down below and tell me where you work and how it's going, what you've tried that works and doesn't work. And if you tried this look, guys, I want to know too. I want to know if it worked and how you liked it. I'm going to keep the intro as short as possible. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I plan on doing a lot of chit-chatty, get ready tutorials and even more of these looks, just because I feel like it's gonna happen more often. It's a new normal. We can get through it together. I'm confident in us. We got this. We can do this. We are going to talk about how to do your makeup when you're wearing a mask, tips and tricks on how to do it, just because, I mean, realistically, do you need to cover your entire face with foundation? No, and you shouldn't. So this is what I look like underneath. I want to keep my face, my skin nice and clean. I don't want congestion. I don't want things to get clogged up because I'm being stubborn and wearing foundation underneath of my mask when I really don't need to. It preserves the mask, keeps it cleaner, which means that whatever is touching your face for 8 to 12 hours a day is going to be cleaner longer. So just keep that in mind, and without further ado, let's get into this tutorial. Alright guys, so we're going to get started today with the complexion because we're going to do something a little different. As you saw in the intro, we are going to do our makeup wearing a mask. The reason being is today is my first day back at Sephora, and Sephora is beauty, it's glam, it's fun, it's a place where you can come in and really explore and get to know makeup. And so I always love to have a glam look, but we got to do it a little different because we got to do a it's not a natural or a soft glam, it's a mask glam. So we're gonna do a mask glam look today. And the reason I put this on for just a quick second is because I wanna kind of show you guys the parameters of where you're really gonna try to focus to place most of the makeup, and then we're gonna leave a lot of this area free of makeup. So let's get started. We are obviously going to still prime. I'm gonna use my Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer, and I'm just gonna use the one. And the reason being is because we're gonna cover up this area that's right here, which is our forehead area, a little bit of the nose area, but I'm not really planning on putting too much makeup there because we're gonna be wearing a mask. So that's one way to save on makeup. So one thing that I am gonna recommend for us who are wearing makeup with masks is that you use a long wearing smudge proof foundation. There's nothing better to me than this guy right here. So this is the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-Hour Foundation. I love it because it doesn't really transfer. It stays in place. It's nice and full coverage, so when you're wearing your mask, you'll look like you're slaying, regardless of you slaying everywhere or not. So I'm gonna blend that out with my regular foundation brush. This is by the Makeup Shack, and so it is their T40. All right, so this is where I'm gonna stop the foundation, and you always just wanna make sure you like feather things in. Make sure the foundation is something very similar. I know sometimes we like to go a little darker or a little lighter than our complexion just to even things out, but this is a case where you either wanna use a concealer or a foundation that's very similar, very similar to your tone. Okay, so once we're done with the foundation part, you want to make sure that you also bronze and contour. So we're going to go in with our Milk Makeup Foundation Stick in a beautiful bronze. And I'm just going to stick to the forehead again, guys. You can still look glam, you can still look cute, but you just got to make sure that you're sticking to the areas that are not going to be touched by the mask. It's very important that when you're wearing makeup with masks, you remind yourself that, for example, I at the hospital wear this mask for 12 hours. We are required to wear a mask at all times, and it's for our safety. So even if you're only doing 5-hour shifts like I am at Sephora or 8-hour shifts at work, you just want to make sure that you are not putting makeup in this area here because you are going to break out. And it's not a question of if, it's a question of when, because you have a mask that is not, oh, it's cotton. So the material of the mask is really meant to help filter and protect you from airborne droplet type of bacteria, viruses. And so if you think about that, the thickness of that mask, because of the filter in it, is really not gonna allow air to move as it would if you were not wearing a mask. So it's really gonna create a place for bacteria and congestion to build up on your face if you're just wearing makeup underneath that. Speaking of Sephora, last post that you guys saw, the last video, is a video of Sephora. Thanks to Sephora, actually, I was able to give 100 care packages to all of the nurses, healthcare workers, secretaries, doctors, caseworkers at the hospital. So I was super privileged to do that. If you haven't checked that video out, please go check it out. I'm gonna link it above, so you just click on it and go check it out after this, because it is such a beautiful video. I loved it. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Huda Beauty concealer. This is also a long wearing trusty concealer that I know is gonna do well, especially because when you have a mask on and you're breathing, the air tends to come up, because like up and out, because that's how the mask is shaped. And so a lot of the times there's like humidity that builds up here. And if you don't have a nice long wearing like heavy duty concealer, you're gonna see that it starts to crease and build up, and that's just because of the humidity that's building up there. So I'm just gonna take this concealer and I'm gonna put it right underneath the eyes. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with me or not, but I have a little triangle, big triangle when it comes to concealing, and this is just gonna cover up the little triangle. So I'm using the Huda Beauty concealer in their shade 10N Coconut Flakes. Because it is like the perfect shade to highlight and to conceal in one. The less amount of product, the better. So if you guys see, I've been applying everything with a brush and really buffing it into place to prevent any buildup. It's just very difficult. The mask is sliding up and down all day. And so will your makeup if you're not using the right products and if you're not using the correct amounts. This is not a moment where you go in heavy-handed and do that Instagram type of concealing and foundation application. You just gotta be very mindful of where you're applying it, because otherwise it will not look right all day. And so you still wanna just highlight up, but we're not going past this area here. And I'm not doing my nose because that is not, there's no point to it. So I'm gonna use a sponge just to very lightly push that into the skin and make sure that everything is set. JoJo's combination of powder here. So JoJo has a foundation combination, I have a concealer combination, I have a powder combination, and I also have a primer combination because I'm combination skin. No, just because I'm really picky and I do like my complexion to look flawless. So this powder, if you haven't seen my quarantine and chill video, I explain exactly what goes into it there, but I'll also have it in the description bar. It is just a combination of powders that I feel like the color and the formula work the best for me, and I'm combination skin. The good thing is that even though I'm combining 3 different powders, they're all drugstore. So if you want to check that out, look at the description box below. So next I actually want to go into eyes. I'm going to make sure that this is the part that stands out the most. I am working at Sephora, so it's the part where I get to play with color and have fun. So for the eyes, I'm going to use this guy right here. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam Palette. I think these colors are so pretty, so beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pat Rustic into the very crease area, because that's where I would put Rustic, like the outer corner crease. And I like by starting with my darkest color first, if you guys will notice. So with this brush, this is a Morphe M433 brush. I am going to just pat first this color where I want it, like placement wise. And once I start to really diffuse the color, that's where we can worry about swirling circular motions. But you want to just kind of read off of your brush first. So you can start to tell when the brush has 0 product versus when you initially start using it, and that's where you can start blending. We're really just trying to soften the edges up because I'm not going to blend with this color at all. I just want to place it down, have a good foundation, and then we'll blend with a different color. So again, once that color is down, we are going to blend that out. I'm going to blend that out using a JH31 brush, but I'm also going to use this color that's here. It's called Burnt Orange. and orange soda, which are these two colors here. So right now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this fluffy brush to really blow this up and diffuse any line, blend out any colors. All right guys, so this is pretty dramatic right now and I love the way that it's turning out. I made sure that I flared it out at the end so it's more of like a cat eye situation. I just feel like that's gonna make it look super just intense and glam underneath the mask. So that's what we're going for, is our mask glam look. I kind of want to deepen it just a little bit in the outer corner, and to do that I'm going to take Cypress Umber, which is like a darker brown, and I'm going to use this Pretty Vulgar primer to just really help me stay within the shape of the wing that we're going for, but we're going to use the shadows to help us. Okay, so this is where we're at. I don't want to cut the crease. I don't want to do anything like that. I'm just going to use bronze, which is like this beautiful gold that's right there, and my finger, and I'm going to apply that to my lid because I want this to be just, I mean, statement, strong, sultry, smoky situation, and the best way to do that is just to keep it smoky. And I like to tilt my head back, guys, and kind of like sweep that into the crease just to help the blend. And then I'm going to take a little more of the darker black, whatever's left over on this brush, I'm going to take that and just blend that out into the gold on the lid. And that just kind of helps to smoke. I don't want any given definition. I just want it to be nice and smoky. Boom. I love that. Love that for me right now. So pretty. So what I want to do next is just put some liner on. I'm going to take this guy, which is the Urban Decay Zero Liner, and I'm going to apply that to my waterline and apply that to my lash line as close as possible. Okay, and then for lashes, we are using none other than my Lily Lashes in Mykonos, just because there's drama behind it and I love it. So let me put my lashes on and I'll be right back. All right guys, so this is the finished look right here. This is our like glam moment. The only thing that I want to do is add a little bit of highlight to here because as you can tell, we can see that. So what I'm going to use is my Tarte, what is this? Skin Twinkle Volume 2, and I'm going to pull just two of those colors together. And I'm going to go right in the areas that I can see with the mask on. That way, you're hitting it. Because we can still look glam. It can still happen. So you see that? That is it for the look, guys. Unfortunately, we can't, you know, lips. No one's going to see that. I've seen people paint lips over their mask, and that's super cute. But this is the finished look. I hope that you guys liked it. Comment down below and tell me what field you work in and why you needed this glam mask tutorial. That way we can just get to know each other in the beauty community. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post every Wednesday, Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday of the week, as well as look me up on Instagram. It's Jojo Palacio, so that we can chit chat, interact. You guys get to see a lot more behind the scenes of me and my life and what goes on. You get to see me go back to Sephora, hang out with you guys in person. So I love you guys, bless you, and see you guys next time.